Intro 00 to 100. Ever felt like you're stuck in a movie you didn't audition for, like you're playing a role someone else wrote, and you're just going along with it? It's a strange thing, to feel like you're living but not alive. To check every box society hands you, yet still feel like something's missing. You're not broken. You're not alone. And this is not the end of your story. Today, we're going to explore why you feel lost, not just in your career or relationships, but in your very identity. We'll explore ancient philosophy, modern psychology, and hard-won wisdom to uncover how you can finally reclaim your sense of self and your sense of direction. Part 1. The Invisible Script, 1 to 5. Most of us don't realize we've been handed an invisible script, written by our culture, our parents, our education system. It tells us what to value, what success looks like, even how to feel about ourselves. Go to school, get good grades, pick a safe major, land a job, buy the house, get married, retire, rinse, repeat. This script isn't evil. It's not even wrong for some people. But the problem is, it assumes everyone wants the same things. And it leaves little room for curiosity, uncertainty, or the unique weirdness that makes you you. Søren Kierkegaard, the Danish philosopher, once said, "The most common form of despair is not being who you are." And that's exactly what this script leads us to, a quiet, creeping despair disguised as a normal life. So, we wake up one day feeling lost, not because we've failed, but because we've never actually chosen. Part 2. The Void of Choice, 5 to 9. Now here's where it gets tricky. Once you begin to break free of the script, you face something terrifying. Freedom. Existentialist thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre believe that freedom is both a gift and a burden. When there's no longer a clear path, you have to make one. You have to define your own values, your own goals, your own truth. And that's scary. It's like standing in a vast open wilderness with no map, no guide, and no guarantee. This is what psychologist Viktor Frankl called the existential vacuum, a void created when we strip away tradition, religion, or social scripts, but haven't yet replaced them with something personally meaningful. Many people rush to fill this void with distraction, addiction, toxic relationships, endless work, anything to avoid sitting in that uncomfortable silence and asking the big questions. Who am I? What do I actually want? What matters to me? But the void isn't your enemy. It's your opportunity. Because in that silence, you can finally hear your own voice. Part 3. Becoming the Author, 9 to 13. Here's where the shift begins. You stop being an actor, and you become the author. You stop asking, "What should I do?" and start asking, "What do I want to create?" The Stoics had a word for this, eudaimonia, often translated as human flourishing. It's not about pleasure or status. It's about living in alignment with your deepest values, becoming the person you were meant to be. But to do this, you must first reclaim your inner authority. You must learn to trust your own perception, even when it contradicts the crowd. You must be willing to disappoint others, to avoid disappointing yourself. That's not selfish, that's integrity. Remember, you weren't born to fit in. You were born to become. And becoming takes courage. It means trial and error. It means saying no to comfort. It means being misunderstood, laughed at, or even rejected. But it also means freedom, authenticity, and finally, a sense of wholeness. Part 4. Navigating the Unknown, 13 hours to 17 hours. Okay, so you've rejected the script. You've stepped into authorship. Now what? Now comes the art of navigation. Life is not a straight line. It's more like a spiral. You return to the same questions at deeper levels. You get lost, again and again. But each time you carry more tools, more wisdom, more self-awareness. Buddhist philosophy teaches that suffering often comes from attachment to identity, to outcomes, to certainty. When you release those attachments, you don't become passive. You become adaptable. You realize that life is less about control and more about connection to your inner self, to others, and to the present moment. So stop looking for the perfect plan. Start looking for alignment. Does this path energize you? Does it challenge you? Does it feel real? If yes, that's your compass, not approval, not comfort, not guarantees, just truth, lived, breathed, and felt in the now. Part 5, The Return to Self, 17 hours to 20 hours. Here's the full circle moment. You don't have to find yourself out there in books, gurus, or achievements. You have to return to yourself. The self you were before the world told you who to be, before fear, before shame, before the need to please. This return isn't a one-time thing. It's a practice, a commitment, a sacred rebellion,